I'm Dale Deibler from Deibler Outdoors. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a gator gumbo. All the ingredients that we're going to use are right here. We got about 5 pounds of alligator meat, mostly loin, some leg meat, some tail. We've got okra, about 2 pounds of okra. We've got green onion, about 4 bundles of green onion. We've got 1 big bunch of celery. This is andouille sausage. It's a Cajun sausage, and chop it up in small chunks. And of course we have our green pepper, and that's red pepper, but it's really not hot. And you got about 4 big onions, and we got about 7 large cloves of garlic chopped up. And that's the basic ingredients. And of course we're going to make a roux. In order to make the roux, we're going to use 2½ cups of flour, going to use 2½ cups of olive oil, and we'll show you that later. We're going to be using a big iron skillet, and the base for our gumbo is going to be chicken broth. We're going to use 2½ quarts of chicken broth. And as far as seasoning and spices, we're going to use some tomato paste. We're going to use Tabasco sauce. We're going to put some bay leaves in there, and salt and pepper and butter. And that's it. That's the entire ingredient list. And we're going to, it'll make up about 5 gallons in a great big kettle. We're putting all our vegetables in this big old pot. And then we're going to put some chicken broth and some seasoning in there. Here's some celery and green peppers. And we got to do our andouille sausage. Here's our garlic. Got to have our garlic for seasoning. Going to add 2½ quarts of chicken broth. And then later on, when we put the rice in it, we may add some more. Now we're going to brown our gator meat and add it to the pot. We're not going to worry about it being cooked completely through. We're just going to brown it real good. You want the oil pretty hot. I've got it wide. I've got it up as far as it will go, just wide open. As long as you're standing right here stirring it, you don't have to worry about being too hot. I've got it wide open. All right, we're going to put a couple tablespoons of Tabasco in here, and we already put in 6 bay leaves, which you'll pick out later when it's done. Well, I like a lot of black pepper, and probably about a tablespoon. And put some salt in. I don't salt stuff a whole lot, so you can salt it to taste. And then stir it all up. Yum, yum, gator meat. How something be so ugly and taste so good. I drained off the excess grease and oil. Now we're gonna finish browning it, and this is the last batch. Go in the big pot. There it is. It's looking good. Here goes the last of the meat into it. And the last of the gator meat. Ooh, that's a plenty. That's about 5 pounds of gator meat. And it's going to make close to 5 gallons of stew, which will it'll feed about 15, 20 hungry folks. All right, we're going to make a roux. It's very simple, but it's a secret to all good gumbo. I've already put 2½ cups of olive oil in this black skillet. That's a well-seasoned black skillet, and it'll hold the heat real good. I got the heat wide open, cooking on a gas range. You want to let that olive oil get real hot. And I'm going to be adding 2½ cups of just regular self-rising flour. And we're We're going to be incorporating that, and you're going to see in a few minutes what's going to happen. It's going to turn chocolate brown.
All-purpose flour. We use self-rising.
What I said.
No, you said self-rising.
Oh, I did? Oh, well.
And we used it last time and it didn't hurt, but
Yeah, my wife corrected me. We're using self-rising flour. All-purpose flour. Excuse me. Corrected me again. All-purpose flour, 2.5 cups of olive oil. You put it in a skillet. You get that skillet as hot as you can. You got to constantly stir it. You can't let it for a minute. And it'll take 10-15 minutes to make this roux. You got to constantly stir it so it doesn't stick down to the skillet. And basically what you're doing, you're scorching that flour, but you don't want the flour to burn. And it'll turn a chocolate brown. And then you'll add it into the stock pot with the rest of the gumbo. We're stirring it for about 5 minutes now, and it's just starting to brown up. The flour's all smoothed out. We're going to be another 5 or 10 minutes doing it. When it starts picking up on this spatula, you know it's starting to get right. That fire is wide open. I mean, that skillet's hot. If you stop and let it alone, it'd burn, but you're not going to do that. You just keep scraping it here. It's starting to thicken up real fast now. You got to just keep scraping it. Not ready yet. A lot of people quit at this stage, but you want to continue on till it gets chocolate brown. It's doing just right. We're going to add some tomato paste. We're going to add a little small can of tomato paste to it here. Another can, just a small can. Small can of tomato paste. And break it up a little bit. Shut the fire down. It's already just about done. And I'm just chopping up the tomato paste and incorporating it and just keep stirring it so it doesn't burn down. That, my friends, is a Louisiana roux, basis all gumbo. Oh, that's looking good now. Yum, yum. It's ready to go into the regular pot now. I'm just gonna add the roux to the pot. Plenty hot. Oh, the roux's in there. We're stirring it in. Oh, it's plenty hot. Yum, yum. Look at him. Alligator gumbo. We'll cook that about another hour on low, and then we'll add some white rice to it. About 4 cups of white rice will be just right to that amount of gumbo. Oh, there you go. It's been about 2.5 hours, and it looks like the gumbo is done. And we're gonna put some rice in it. I didn't mention before, but you can either put it over rice, or you can add rice to it. If you add the rice to it, it'll suck up some of the liquid. It's a little bit looser than what I like it to be, so I'm going to add the rice into it. Add the rice into the gumbo. Is that all of it, Patty?
yeah, that's 4 bags.
All right, and we'll just stir it in. That's the finished product. Let's eat. Whoa, does that ever look good? Yum, yum. Yum, yum. How something could be so ugly and taste so good. Yum, yum. Gator Gumbo. Deibler Outdoors.